Hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. So it's good to see everyone, and I wanted us to do just a little bit of a get ready with me as I try on some different makeups that I have to see what it is that I want to take with me in a couple of weeks when I go to Vegas. It needs to be long wearing, stay on my face. So, and let's just chit chat. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my hair back. I've already done my skincare, and I see that I have a little bit of red right here. Like a burn. It's almost like a burn. Kind of weird. Huh. I hope it goes away. So we'll see if we can cover that up as well too. So hopefully everyone's day is going well. Mine is going well too, other than, so earlier this morning, I don't know if everyone is aware or not, but I'm gonna use my Tom Ford primer first. So I don't know if everyone is aware or not, but today was the day that the Ulta World tickets went on sale, and oh gosh, it kind of burns. It's weird. And so the tickets all went on sale today at 9 a.m. Central, 10 Eastern, and the Ulta World event is in Florida this year. Last year it was in San Antonio, and if I had known, I would have gone. However, it's in Florida on April the 26th, and so they do obviously have limited seats just simply because it's a convention center and they can't fit everyone. So people, and I joined, the only reason I know this is because I joined some Facebook group, and people were like, ready, where do we find it, where do we find the link for the ticket? They were just ready to start ordering their tickets. So did I plan on going? No, obviously not. But because it was such a challenge, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go in there. I'm going to see if I can find the link, and I'm going to see if I can actually get a ticket. If I get a ticket, then I'll probably either sell it or maybe I would go. I don't know. It's in April, and I don't have anything scheduled in April, but it is a weekend, so I'd have to see about Sandal, right? So I went online. It took me an hour and a half to figure out where the link was. I'm going to put a little bit of my Forever Girl by Dior Glow Veil. So it took me a little bit to kind of figure out where to find the link. I kept deleting my app, reapplying my app, going on the website, and it would take me straight to my app. So it took me an hour and a half. I finally found it, and once I was able to get in, I was putting Q. So there was a page that said Q, and it had all these little dots, all these little bubbles, and there was probably maybe about 20 of them. It looked like there was a million of them. So I was in the first one, and the first one was a green. Half of it was green, and it just said, you're in queue. Once you get in, you have 10 minutes to do whatever you need to, like purchase the ticket, right? So I'm like, okay. So at first I just kept staring at it thinking it was gonna go fast. And then I just thought, you know what? This thing isn't gonna go fast. There's 50 million people trying to get tickets to this because they know that the seats are limited. And in all honesty, if you think about it, this Ulta World event is actually really, really good because you're paying $160 for your ticket, especially if you're local, right? You're paying $160 to get in, and you can leave with thousands of dollars worth of product, because I saw people last year on Facebook, some of them left with $7,000 worth of product. Now, taking it home, if you're flying, is a challenge, but people are going to make it happen. So I wanted to, just as a challenge, I haven't used my Guerlain concealer in a long time, and at first I liked it when I bought it, but then I felt that it kind of like creased on me. I felt that it had creased on me, so I am going to see what it does. I don't plan on taking it with me, but I need to use it up. So anyways, I went on Q, so it took me an hour and a half to find the link. And then I think I was on Q for another hour and a half. And the funny thing is that at first I was watching it, and then I was like, I'm not gonna watch this. But it does tell you on there that if your phone or the computer or whatever falls asleep, you're not gonna lose your place in queue. And then if you log out or change screens, you'll still have your place in queue. However, if your place in queue comes up, if your turn comes up, then, and you're not there to enter, it puts you back in the back of the line or something like that. So by the time I had returned, or I had finished doing what I needed to do, I got there was a little yellow pop-up that said, oops, sorry, your session or all the tickets have been sold out. We hope to see you next year, whatever the case is. So that was a sign for me that I did not need to go. Not that I would have. I don't know if I would have. I may have resold them, but if it ever comes back into the Texas area, I definitely want to go. So I'm going to use my melt powder, which this stuff is so good. And I'm going to use that today. And I always use that to, looks like it's kind of going away a little bit. To kind of, or you always use that when I really need something very light, because it is very light. I feel like it's even lighter than the Makeup by Mario one and the Huda Beauty ones, which I have quite a bit of them. So, all right, so today I'm going to use my Tom Ford, and I'm going to use my bronzer sticks from Dior that I bought, and I bought 2 shades, so whichever one I pick up. And then I also want to try and incorporate my contour stick with it, because I don't want to not use this. These are very beautiful, but they do bronze your face. They don't stay, or I feel like they don't stay as long as this does. So I'm going to contour this, and then I'm going to use the bronzer as well too. And I hope it's not muddy. I tried to but look on YouTube for different tutorials on how to use them. I want to say that Jennifer Alfeisty may have mentioned it on her review, so I will have to look at that and see. Okay, so I'm going to do my Tom Ford, which I love this, and I have the Tom Ford, and I think it was in vanilla beige. It's the architecture in beige, ivory beige, and this is a great color for me. And now, even if it is just a tad bit light, I've got the bronzer. So I'm going to do a scoop and a half. So I kind of wanted to update everyone as well too about this last week. And as you know, I had talked about having to go to do my granddaughter's hip hop dance competition by myself, because my daughter was going to be out of town, and I was getting a little bit nervous for it because it is a lot of work. It's fun, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but it's a lot of work. And thankfully at the last minute, my daughter was able to come. But we had already canceled her room. She had already canceled her room, so we wouldn't have to pay the fee. And then when she decided on that Thursday night, the competition was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all day Sunday. When we called to see if we could get another room, they had already obviously oversold, and we only had a room available. This brush is so good. We only had a room available for Friday night, so that means her and Sam would have to bunk with me on Saturday, which is fine. But Sam ended up heading back home because she hadn't been home in a while, because she's a pilot stationed out of Florida. So she went back and took Dash and took him to his sports, so he wouldn't have to miss any of that. But I am so grateful that my daughter did that, because it is a lot of work. It's, Friday night we danced, we had a competition, and then she had to, when I got there with the kids, until they all got there, they were already running circles around me as far as like, oh, Gaga, I see all my friends and I want to go play, and can I go play? And she was supposed to dance she was dancing at 5, I believe. And so we got there at about 2:30, and then she wanted to go play. We got our room, we unpacked, did everything we needed to, fed Sandal, and then she wanted to go play. She saw all her friends, and I said, no, just hold off, wait till your mom comes, she's on her way. And I had to laugh because my granddaughter says, Gaga, you don't understand. Yes, I am here to dance, but I'm also here to have fun. Good girl. So I thought that was funny. But anyway, so my daughter gets there. Or first off, she texts me and she says, hey, make sure Dylan has her hair wet, has gotten her shower, has her hair wet, because when I get there, I have to do her pigtails. And because she has to be downstairs in one of the rooms by 4:15 or something like that. So I made her take a shower. I did her makeup. All hesitantly, she was like, don't put a lot, don't put a lot, don't put a lot. And then, so we finally got her ready, right? My daughter finally gets there, we get her ready. And it's just a lot of work, because every day, during the day on Saturdays, they have dances, right? They have dance lessons, different types of dance. I always forget how pretty this is. They have different types of dance. So, and then they have a different outfit, their hairstyle, makeup again. Then you have to take them there at the crack of dawn, so you have to order breakfast to get delivered. You don't have to, but this is a big resort. It's a beautiful resort. It's very expensive. There's like 3 or 4 restaurants in there. But if you eat in those restaurants or order from there, I mean, you're paying $30 every time you eat per person. And so my daughter would order the food, have it Ubered, wake up at the crack of dawn, get her ready, take her down to one of the rooms, look at her, have her, where are you at now? I'm gonna come pick you up, give her lunch, come back, let's refresh, yada yada, and then you go to dance competition, get a different outfit at night. So, but it's so much fun. It's just a lot of work. So I am grateful that she made it and we survived, but we had so much fun. And Lost Pines, it's like in the middle, it's in Bastrop, Texas, so it's 30 miles outside of Austin, 2 hours from me. And the resort itself is like in the middle of nowhere. You drive 3 miles outside of the road, and it's a windy road, and it's like deer, and there's a golf course, there's it aligns the Colorado River. So you can kayak, you can float down the river, you can do so much stuff. And of course it was cold, but the weekend ended up being beautiful. Outside they have like big fire pits, and at night you can do s'mores, or during the day you can also ride bikes, go on hikes. It's just so much to do, horseback riding, and it looks like a lodge. It's beautiful. So we survived that. We had a lot of fun, and I can't wait till the next year. She didn't have a solo this year because she's on a new team. She's on a higher team, and so she'll do it hopefully in a couple of years, or maybe next year, I don't know. But it was fun. They won one of their competitions and placed second or third in one of them. And then it's just neat watching the older kids as well too, and then all the different ones as well. So lots of fun that we had. Again, I cannot wait. Okay, I gotta tell you something that happened yesterday. So now I'm gonna put a little bit of my girl on. And oh no, I'm not. I am going to do, because of this redness and the hollowness, I'm going to use my Kosas, and this one is in Magic, and it acts more of like a color corrector type of thing. But this one I can't smell that much anymore, but when I first bought these, they stunk. Not stunk rotten, they stunk like, oh no, I can smell it now. Like a funeral home, like flowers. Like, when you walk into a funeral home and it's just all these different types of flowers. Oh, I couldn't stand it. I can't stand it. But once you put it on, I mean, it works really good, but once you put it on, the smell goes away. Now these do have a short lifespan, so I need to find out what that is, because it's been over 6 months maybe that I bought them. I don't remember, but they might be hitting that, but that's not why they smell that way, because when I first bought them, they smelled that way. So yesterday, you guys, I gave you a tutorial of, I did a short on something that I had bought myself for my birthday, which is in March, and it's a ring, and the ring it's beautiful. It's a midi ring, so meaning it goes here or here, just in the middle of your finger. And I bought it off of Glenda, who's a gemologist, and she is my sister-in-law's niece, so she's like my niece too. And my ring arrived yesterday, and I was so excited. And then after I did my tutorial, my ring, it didn't really fit on my right hand, and I really wanted to wear it on my right hand just because, I don't know, I do more with my right hand, and I just thought it looked pretty. But my right fingers are a little bit more thicker, chubbier, I don't know what you want to call it, than my left. So my rings are looser on my left hand side. So when I got done with the tutorial, I put the midi ring here. Now, a midi ring is made to where you can open it up just a tad bit and close it. So when I did that, oh my God, guys, it broke. It broke in half. I was devastated, and the diamonds are beautiful. The diamonds are like these VS1 brilliant clear diamonds, gorgeous, big, and I texted Glenda, I showed her a picture, and I was like, oh my God, it broke. And she was so sweet. She calmed me down and she said, it's okay, it's gold, we can fix it. And you need a bigger size. So basically what happened was I had bought her ring that she had because it would have been cheaper than them with the diamonds and everything. And so she had it made 2 sizes bigger for me, but it wasn't big enough. So obviously, and anytime they cut it, because she said, yeah, it broke right there where they actually cut it, you know, or increased it or whatever they do. And she said, it's okay, I'll go back into the lab, we'll do XYZ and get you a new one. And I said, oh, I know, but I don't, my concern is now how much am I gonna have to pay, because now this is kind of like a new one. So I don't know, I was very devastated. All right, so I put the actual color corrector in the hollow. I had seen a tutorial that Nikki did with glasses, and she was saying, you know, to put it in the hollow, put a color corrector in the hollow, and then you can put your concealer over it. So I'm gonna put this over. And I shouldn't use a lot. Guys, I'm trying so hard to be conscious about what I do with my opening my mouth when I do my makeup, because I don't realize it, because it's just habit. It's like when somebody's trying to learn how to write for their first time, or concentrate a kid, and they stick their tongue out. I can't help it, but it looks stupid. So forgive me if you see me opening my mouth and moving it. It's just something I can't help. All right, so I'm gonna let that set just a tad bit, because I think if I remember correctly, with this girl on, you have to kind of let it set, and I probably shouldn't have done it there, because here's what I want to do as well too. I am wanting to use my contour and my bronzer, as I stated earlier, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the contour, and I'm gonna hope it's not muddy, but the contour, I find, I love them both, but I find that the contour stays a little longer, even though Dior claims that one's supposed to. I don't know. I don't feel it does. And then I'm going to, I had done my eyebrows earlier, so I don't need to touch those up, but I'm gonna let my concealer sit for just a bit, and then I'll be right back. All right, now that my concealer has set just a bit, I'm gonna go ahead and rub it in, and now let's hope this doesn't crease. Because if I recall, at first when I got this was a beautiful concealer, and then I think just like anything else, it creased. I mean, I know that there's nothing that's creaseless. Now, when I put on my concealer, I don't put it under here. I used to, but this is where I find that I have most of the lines. So I'm going to rub this in, not rub it in, tap it in right where it's at. This one I can do. And then, as always, I use my finger to tap those lines. And I know that Nikki had used her brush, which actually does work very well. Her N19 brush for like right here, to kind of like shear it out a little bit. And then she patted it in here. And it really does work. All the tools work, you know. And I'm not going to powder it yet, because I want to go ahead and put this contour, tap it in. And I want to see what the two look like, but I don't want a muddy effect, you know. This is so pretty. This is so pretty. Dior does make some great products. And I didn't do it on my forehead because I'm going to do the contour or the bronzer up there. And I think I mentioned in one of my videos that what I have noticed on people using the bronzer stick, they kind of like, they're not as pinpointed in their placement as you would a contour stick. I'm going to use my Victoria Beckham for my nose, my stylist. This one is, now I know the colors don't match, but I'm not going anywhere, so I don't know if anybody's going to notice, or if anybody even would notice it, to be honest with you, because I don't really stare at somebody long enough to notice whether or not I just noticed their makeup ball in general. Did you guys watch Jen All Feisty's video last night on the new Hermes foundation? I mean, I love everything Hermes, right? Even though I do have their bronzer, I don't use it. I don't know why I don't use it, but I don't know. So it took her 3 days or 3 times to figure out how to use it, right, correctly, because it didn't mesh or it didn't combine well with her moisturizer, with any other skincare that she had. She put some on her eyelids, like I put concealer, and she used some sort of an eyeshadow and it didn't look good. So she said it finally took her a little bit of time to figure out how to use it, and it looked beautiful on her. It was already 8 hours later and her skin still looked flawless. But if you're gonna pay $145 for a foundation, I expect it to lay on your face and look flawless, you know, with very minimal effort from the person. So I don't think I have time to be playing around with what it works. I think I would get frustrated, especially at that price range. Oh, look how pretty this is. Okay, let's hope. I'm just gonna put it everywhere, but I'm gonna put a little bit more here too. But it did look absolutely spectacular and gorgeous on her. And she keeps talking about that it has a scent. I don't know what the scent would be. Sandalwood, maybe she said. I don't know if it's a good scent or a bad scent, but I don't know. Some people don't notice. I'm going to use my is it Hourglass? House Labs. Look at that. Ooh, okay. Yay. I don't think it looks muddy, you guys. Do you? Mixing the two together? I mean, Dior made them both, and I'm sure they don't want you to stop using one over the other one, all right? What do you think? I think it looks pretty. I think I put a little bit too much here. Get my foundation brush, kind of go over. So I don't know if that's something I'm gonna buy. And it was also really neat because I know Chanel's coming out with this very, very limited edition collection that it's like the denim collection. And Jennifer gave us the name of her Chanel SA, and that when the product comes in, he can set it aside and then let us know and we can purchase it. So I did. Now, I texted him that I wanted him to set aside. It doesn't come out until February, but I told him that I wanted to set aside it's a blue highlighter and it looks beautiful. Now, Jennifer All Feisty did say, I'm gonna put a little bit right here. Jennifer All Feisty did say that she has seen swatches on people and that it's just beautiful. So I bet it is. And again, between blushes and highlighters, even though I have a million of them, I don't have anything blue. I have pink, hot pink. And then this one, of course, right now has been my all-time favorite, the new one from Dior, the one that came out late last year, I believe it did. That has been my favorite one, and I've been using that one nonstop, which I never use them nonstop. I also like my Prada, is really good as well too. So, I don't know, we shall see. I am, as I stated, trying to be very, very mindful of what I purchase and what I don't, and try not to get excited. And I think I've done a good job, knock on wood, except for the Chanel. And except for the Rhode that I bought. I did buy this Rhode. I'm not going to use it today. I've been using it because it's just beautiful. And this is the Spice Orange. Look at that color. It's just gorgeous, and it's really pretty on the cheeks. But, and then I got the Vango, which I don't like his eyeshadows, and I express it every time I film. But his blushes, and this one is called Single Mother. Look at that. And it's so velvety, it's so pretty. It's different than my Dior, okay? Totally different. So I'm not saying I like it better, but it's just a tad bit different. And I think that I'm gonna try this because I do want to take it because it does last long. That's the one thing I can say about him. But I'm gonna do that in a bit. So I want to try out some eyeshadows because I don't know which eyeshadow to take. I know I'm taking Danessa Myricks, and I'm taking Natasha Denona, the new ones that I got. But this Tom Ford is so pretty, and because of the green. So I'm gonna play with this one. And so I don't know if I want to take this one or my Victoria Beckham one, the new one, the latest one, and it escapes me right now what it is. I don't know yet, but I want to take one of those with me because they do look so pretty on. It's the Cocoa palette. And then I'm gonna start trying to pack a little earlier because that's who I am. It just takes a while when you don't know. And as I stated, one night is a dress up night. And then there's gonna be a lot in my suitcase because I'm gonna take my boots, shoes, all my makeup, not all of them, but, and then I'm gonna go in with this first one first and save this one. I usually go in with this one, but I'm gonna go in this one first. I don't know if I'm doing anything right here. But I want to, my carry-on, I don't have a whole lot of room, but my carry-on will be obviously my laptop because it's a meeting and it's a working meeting. So we have to take our laptops, and I have to take that in a backpack. Granted, I can fit some stuff in there, but, and then my mirrors, I still haven't decided on mirrors. I do have a little black one doesn't have a light, and I could probably take that one and the one I don't like. But the one I don't like, the only thing about it is you can't see. If I could see my whole face, it would be fine. But I can't. I can only see, I have to actually, go like this up and down, and I don't want that. All right, this is really pretty, and I'm just going to blend it out, blend it up. Oh yeah, this is pretty. Maybe a little bit more up here. I wanted to buy the new YSL Clash mascara, but I heard different reviews on it as well too, so you just never know. And I have a lot of mascaras. I just always feel like I don't have enough. I wonder if I should have set, yeah, you know why? Because like it's already creasing underneath my eyes. It's creasing that girl on, and I'm a little upset about it. So let me go ahead and just put a little bit of powder on that real quick, because right here, just right here, look at that. And I always put too much. I just want it right here, just because it's creasing and I feel like I need to set it. So I don't remember what I was saying, but the only other item I bought is this Givenchy, and this is also a setting powder, but it's the pressed one, and it's the limited edition in Orchid Iris. Look at that. It is beautiful. It is very light. You can barely tell it's on. So I like to put that on my face afterwards, and look, you can still see some of the red coming through here. So I'm going to put a little bit more of this. It's like a burn. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. I used like a micellar just to kind of clean under there before I started, so that's weird. I don't know. Okay, a little bit better. Okay, all right, back to my eyes. So this is pretty. Looks really pretty. I think I might have to take this one because it's pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna go into the green. I'm gonna use the same brush. I love these Eyeshadows, love them. I wanna get more. And I'm going to use my dry pad to take that off. And no, you know what? Maybe I'll use a different. I never know which brush to use. Do you guys ever have that issue? I don't know. So if any of you have ever been, maybe I'll do more of a lighter that's not so dense. Yeah, let's try this one. This is my 15. This one doesn't seem as dense. Well, we'll see. I'll hold them both. So have you guys ever been to the Ulta? I'm gonna do it right here, just a tad bit, and move it in. Ooh, it's pretty. Look at that. One of my people that I know, my friends on the makeup group that we're all on, I'm almost positive this was the palette she used, and she does the most prettiest eyes. And she had the green everywhere, and then kind of like the gold on top. And I do want to kind of do that too, but I don't want to do a whole bunch because I end up putting more with a heavy hand. Huh, pretty. I think this is too big though. I'm gonna do a smaller brush. So there, this is better. Kind of goes in my crease more. You see that? Just kind of line it out a little bit. Yeah, this Tom Ford is really pretty. I don't know if you can see that. I like to bring a little bit down here, or go with my face, but you know what? I don't care. It is who I am. It's who I am, and it's gonna be hard to change. All right, I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. And then I'm going to, before I put the black, I am going to actually use my Victoria Beckham brush that I just love. And I think it was made especially for this type of, so this one, I think I showed it to you guys. It's got like a teeny weeny little brush that's kind of curved in this side. I'm gonna use this side first. And I'm gonna go dab the black, right here, the black one. So yeah, guys, I was so bummed about my ring. And I haven't heard from her because she went back to the office and she printed out, I think we're gonna do a bigger size, obviously we're gonna do a bigger size, and she printed out, she said it takes a day to print out. And this was, it came FedEx yesterday, and I was just so bummed. It was so pretty though, but bum. But you know what? Rather it happen at home, because I couldn't find the second piece. I kept looking under my desk, on my carpet, and I have you know, like a fluffy rug in there, and it wasn't there. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of this black here, stamp it on. Now I'm gonna turn it around to this brush and kind of like go in between right here where the eyelash meets the skin. This one's hooded. This one is not as hooded. So my friend Melissa and I are supposed to do a video together, and I'm excited because she watched my video of favorite things, and she wants me, because she hears me bitch and moan about drugstore products all the time. So she was gonna get a dupe, and for every product that I liked from the drugstore, and we're gonna do a comparison. That'll be interesting. Maybe she'll change my mind. I don't know. We shall see. But I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. Actually, I think she was supposed to come over. I'm looking for my big blending brush, and I can't find it. I should have been more prepared, but I'll just use this one. And she's supposed to come over today, I believe, to for her and I to work on that. I haven't heard from her, so I don't know if she is, or here it is. It's in the wrong place. Do you guys get that way where you know exactly where you put everything, and then when it's not there, okay, all I'm doing is just kind of blending it a little bit so that there's no harsh lines. Ooh, that is pretty. That's really, really pretty. That is pretty. I forget how pretty this is. And I think a lot of it depends on how you place it. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the middle part, the gold. I'm not going to put any eyeliner on today. I don't know if I will over there or not. Probably not, because it takes a lot longer. So I'm going to go into the lightest shade with a flat brush. And I'm going to just place it and put it in the middle right here. And do the same over here. I cannot wait to use my Danessa Marks. I have not used that one in a long time. For a while there, I was using it for everything because it's, I forget how pretty, I accidentally got the wrong one, how pretty it is. And I'm excited to play with it. I don't have to play with it because I already know. I love it. All right. I always, this area right here, do you ever have issues? I mean, what do you do with it, right? I mean, you don't want to put satin stuff because it accentuates everything. And then I like a little highlighter on top, but I'm not going to do that right now because I didn't bring anything else out. So here it is, guys. I like it. I'm going to clean it up on the bottom. I'm going to do my mascara and I'll be right back. All right. I have put on my mascara. I used my Sweet mascara today. This side, as always, comes out as good as it is. This side, so when it dries, I may put a little bit more, I don't know, curl it a little bit. I just don't want to lose them, shed them, because they're in the shedding stage. They really are. I see some fall, and I still use my serum too every night. But all right, so here's my eyes already done. I didn't highlight it, but eventually I would highlight a little bit on top with like a flat color maybe. Now what I'm going to do, I'm excited to use my blush combination. I've never used this together, so let's see what it does. So I'm going to use my Bare Muse, my Sochi Bare Muse, which I love Sochi, and I am going to use my Tested Makeup by Mario. I'm wondering, I'm going to clean up. Okay. Oh no, I'm not. I apologize. I'm going to use the Sochi brush that came with it. And okay, let's see what it does. And this one is a very nudie color. And if you build it up, which these blushes, I feel you can. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks pretty. It looks really pretty. And granted, I like on camera, if I make it darker, you'll see it, which I will make it darker. But in person, I don't want to look like a clown. But this is pretty. This color, I love it. And I'm putting more. Okay. Now for this one, the Vango, she's single. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use my fluffier brush and not so much of a dense. The Makeup by Mario is more dense, but I'm going to use this one first just to kind of build it up. And this is what I use with my, so I got some here. Okay. That's pretty. Oh, perfect brush. I'm gonna have to take this with me. I hope I don't forget to. Ooh. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I can do it later. Oh, that is pretty. That does look pretty. This is really pretty. I don't mind investing in. I feel bad with everything bad I said about him. I can say a lot bad, not like anybody cares, but his eyeshadows just suck. But this is actually beautiful. This is really pretty. Really, really pretty. Take my foundation brush and kind of I'm scared right here because it feels burnt. I don't know what burnt me. I honestly don't know. It was just micellar water, I think. I do use the Paula's Choice pour thing. Maybe, I have no idea. Okay. Ooh, isn't that pretty? But I forgot to put this. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna use it with my Andrea Ollie brush. Did I take it out? How come I can't find it? So I'm gonna use this with my Andrea Ollie. Well, I can't find it. I had it earlier. I don't know what I did with it. It's in here somewhere, I'm sure. But, oh yeah, here it is. It was laying down. That's fine. All right, so I'm going to use my Andrea Ollie, and I'm just going to do these three. This one, I don't need it today, but you know what? I might. I'm going to show you something that this one is so, the glittery one. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more, a little bit of this here, just for a little bit shim shim. A little something here. Just a little something. You can't really tell. A little bit here. I had to laugh at my granddaughter because she did want me to put highlighter and blush over her nose, you know, like a light white, and that's about all she wanted. She didn't want anything else. I did put the little sparkle on her eyes, and she was like, just a little bit, just a little bit. She didn't want foundation, not that she needed it, but I usually do the Danessa Myricks, the little pink and the gold and the copper moisturizing, you know, kind of like my Victoria Beckham. Okay, let me perfect this a bit. Okay, now I'm going to do, I think that's it, right? Let's do a little bit of this powder. This is actually really, really pretty. This is the Givenchy limited edition, and I do use the brush because I think it's really good, and I just do all of them together, and I do tap, and I do go up. Oh, I love this foundation. I love this foundation. I don't know why some people don't talk about it more. I hate the fine lines on my forehead. I am gonna cave and get Botox. I just don't know when and with who, because I want it to be like this. Okay, I think that's it. I did get a lipstick that my friend Sarah had sent me a long time ago, my makeup friend, and I used it yesterday, and this is beautiful. This is Chantecaille, and I'm not gonna line right now for the sake of the video, but I put this one on, and I love how it's just, you know, subtle, very light. That's what I like about lipstick. And then I have been using my Tear only because I'm almost out of my one size glass and my Danessa Myricks, which I have quite a bit of that left, but I really want to take the one size because it really does melt, and I love it. But I have to see if Sephora has it. Sephora at Kohl's didn't have it. So I'm going to spray here, and I'm going to let that dry. Okay. I don't think my cheeks look muddy. What do you guys think? I don't think they look muddy at all. Mixing both. I mean, I'm looking at I think this is a 5. I don't think so. What do you think? No? I would probably, if I were out, put a little bit more highlighter, or I'd probably use my Danessa Myricks little pink one. Oh, I finally got what I won, the Gissou from Jennifer All Feisty. This stuff is incredible, the lip stuff. Oh my God, and there's different types, like this one, like there's a watermelon, there's a coffee one. These are beautiful on, and they're so, I think I like these better than my Eat 'em, to be honest with you. It just felt so, so pretty. So, okay guys. Oh, you know what I forgot? My Dior, let's do that real quick. I did forget to put my Dior, and I'm gonna do this also with a very light hand. Just a little bit. Just because I feel like it's part of my step, my routine. Okay. All right. Here's the finished look. What do you guys think? I need to go get another. My granddaughter took my teasing brush for my hair. So I need to go, she accidentally took it because she uses it as a flat brush for her hair. So anyways, here's the final look. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed it and have a great rest of your day.